Hello, today is Wednesday, December 11th. My name is Adria, and I'll be reading to you from the New Bedford Standard Times. We'll start with the weather, and it's raining today. There is also the chance of a thunderstorm, high of 63 and a low of 38. Tomorrow on Thursday will be sunny, windy, and cooler, with a high of 45 and a low of 25. On Friday, plenty of sunshine, high of 38 and a low of 20. On Saturday, still sunny, high of 39 and a low of 26. And on Sunday, turning cloudy, high of 43 and a low of 36. We'll now turn to the front page, and there are 3 articles here. The first one has the headline, Playhaven is Providing Endless Fun. This was written by Catherine Gallerani. Playhaven is the ultimate indoor playground for children 7 and under, offering around over 3,000 square feet of fun, from pushing shopping carts at the grocery store to taking pets for checkups at the clinic. Children can explore a variety of exciting rooms. They can even use their creativity in a construction zone to build whatever they imagine. Located at 154 Hustleton Ave in Fairhaven, the entrance is at the back of the Farland Corporation and Seaport Realty building. Children are invited to discover a world of fun and imagination, explore, create, and play to their heart's content. Owner Caitlin Stevenson started on her career path at Dartmouth High School when she joined the child care program and entered into an internship leading to working in daycares. She then opened a home daycare in 2019 and in 2021 opened her own daycare center. It Takes a Village child care in Dartmouth. She also has her son, Rome, as her inspiration for her life's work. Stevenson knew opening an indoor playground was something she wanted to do and found the perfect location. She spent months readying Playhaven to open on November 30th, just in time for the late fall and early winter. Stevenson said she has achieved her goals with both the Dartmouth daycare and the indoor playground. It was the last thing I really wanted to do, and it's something I really enjoy, she said. I've always loved the idea of it and being able to do things my way. At Playhaven, Stevenson said children can play all they want under the supervision of their parents. Families also have access to computers and can sit and drink coffee while watching after them. I want to offer a safe place for people to bring their children or grandchildren and just be able to come and play, whether they sit in their laps while they play or if they play with them or to meet up with friends, she said. Stevenson looks forward to seeing a lot of new faces and hopes everyone will enjoy the experience. Playhaven is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. The space could close earlier if there is a private party. For entry, the cost is $20 for one child and one adult, with $3 for each additional adult and $15 for each additional child. Entry for pre-walking children is $8. Memberships are also available. For one child, it is $85 a month with a 2-month commitment. Membership for 2 children is $165 a month, and a punch card offers 10 visits for $170, including one child and one adult. Adults and additional children may be added when checking in. Monthly memberships include a $50 discount on birthday parties, early access to register for classes, and early access to purchase tickets for events. According to the website, there is no restriction on playtime during the weekday hours, but time is restricted to 2 hours of play on vacation weeks and holidays. And the next front page article has the headline, Finalists Interview This Week for Dartmouth Town Administrator. The Dartmouth Select Board is interviewing finalists for Town Administrator Wednesday and Thursday. A decision is tentatively scheduled for the board's regular meeting Monday, December 16th, according to a press release. Town Administrator candidates are Bridget Allman of Warwick, Rhode Island, currently Director of Finance for Fall River, Sean E. Kadim of Fall River, currently Town Administrator for Seekonk, Gary J. Carrero of Westport, currently Director of Budget and Finance or Treasurer and co-interim Town Administrator for Dartmouth, A.D. Christian Vitale of Barrington, Rhode Island, currently Assistant Town Administrator and co-interim Town Administrator for Dartmouth. The interviews will start at 5 p.m., and each is expected to last 90 minutes. They will be held in open session at Town Hall, 400 Slocum Road in room 304. Dartmouth Community Television will record the interviews, and they will be available on the Dartmouth Community Media YouTube channel once they have all been conducted. And the last front page article has the headline, New Program Helps Home Buyers with Down Payments. This was written by Sam Drysdale. More than 200 low-income families are eligible for down payment and closing cost assistance to purchase their first homes, with the launch of a public-private program intended to close homeownership and racial wealth gaps in Massachusetts. The One Plus program, which Governor Maura Healey, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, Housing Secretary Ed Augustus, and other local and state officials announced in Lynn recently, expands on the One Mortgage program previously offered by the Massachusetts Housing Partnership. The existing program already offered financial assistance to low-income potential home buyers, including heavily discounted fixed 30-year interest rates, no private mortgage insurance, and a lower down payment requirement. The One Plus program envisions with up to $50,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance to the limited number of eligible families. The expansion, called One Plus, is an $11 million effort from the Boston Foundation, Eastern Bank, State Street Bank, and the state. Our idea was to create equity in underserved, under-resourced, historically marginalized communities by boosting homeownership, Boston Foundation President Lee Pelton told the news service, saying the goal was to start One Plus with more funding. The model we developed was that if we could invest $25 million into 500 families with a down payment assistance program, that would produce about $162 million in home equity for these individuals and families over the next decade, he said. And that wealth creation, that equity creation, would be important because it allows us to get through hard times and send our kids to college and so on. Though the program is starting with a seed of $11 million, Pelton, Healey, and others who spoke at a press conference at the Lynn Housing Authority on Monday called for other philanthropic donations to the effort to reach the intended $25 million. And I believe that $25 million is a floor. It's not a ceiling, Pelton said. Of the $11 million being used to launch the program, which Pelton estimated would help over 200 families buy homes, about $3 million comes from public funds. Within that $3 million, $2.275 million is what's left of the remaining American Rescue Plan Act federal COVID relief dollars allocated to the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities. Another $600,000 is from the Massachusetts Housing Partnership. These aren't handouts, Healey said. The return on investment, it's real. It's real. David Giles Jr., a Lynn resident who recently bought his home with assistance from the Mass Dreams grant, said at the press conference that he never thought he would be able to afford to buy a house. The expansion of programs like the One Plus mortgage means more people like me who go to work every day and contribute to our communities can achieve homeownership. Lynn, with its arts and charm, waterfront, and diverse community, was the perfect place for me to call home. As a musician and teacher, finding a vibrant, creative community aligned with my values was a dream come true, Giles said. Healey pointed to Giles as an example of the return on investment for the state. Think about what he's doing. He's teaching young people at Berklee College of Music, one of our elite institutions that attracts people to Massachusetts, Healey said. He just put on SpongeBob over at Wheelock Children's Theater. Amazing, right? Inspiring young people. Eastern Bank put $4 million towards the program, according to the bank. Pelton said roughly $2 million came from the Boston Foundation and $1 million from State Street. To qualify, families or individuals must have less than $100,000 in total household assets. This includes any checking accounts, savings accounts, stocks or bonds, but does not include most retirement or college savings accounts. Total income limits vary depending on community, but can be found online. The program is also restricted to 29 cities: Attleboro, Barnstable, Boston, Brockton, Chelsea, Chicopee, Everett, Fall River, Fitchburg, Framingham, Haverhill, Holyoke, Lawrence, Leominster, Lowell, Lynn, Malden, Methuen, New Bedford, Peabody, Pittsfield, Quincy, Randolph, Revere, Salem, Springfield, Taunton, Westfield, or Worcester. Applicants must be a first-time home buyer, take a home buyer class, and meet a 3% down payment requirement with at least 1.5% of the purchase price from their own savings. Families or individuals also must agree to live in the property as their primary residence. Driscoll, who was the mayor of Salem, next door to Lynn, for 17 years, said she has seen housing costs price people out of mid-sized cities where they want to stay and raise their families. Communities that used to be livable, that were the affordable places to live, frankly, too often they're not affordable anymore. Just as your city hits its stride, you begin to see who's being harmed by these high costs of housing, the very people you rely on, workers, seniors, recent graduates. The people who are making our cities great are having a really hard time staying, Driscoll said. She later added, "This is what people want who are living in these communities, to own a piece of the place they love." We'll now turn to the obituaries, and the first one is for Karen Madrigal. In Bridgewater, Karen Madrigal, age 84, passed away peacefully at her home on December 9th, 2024, while surrounded by her loving family. Karen was the loving wife of Gilbert A. Madrigal of Bridgewater. She was born in Barberton, Ohio, the daughter of the late Frederick and Mildred Maines Garnon. Funeral from the O'Keefe Wade Funeral Home, 70 Washington Street, Taunton, Mass. 02780 on Saturday, December 14th at 9 a.m., followed by a Mass of Christian burial at St. Thomas Aquinas Church in Bridgewater. And the other obituary is for Hilda S. Raposa. Hilda Souza Raposa passed to eternal rest on Saturday, December 7th, 2024, under the wonderful care of all the special angels at Sipican Health Care Center in Marion, just 2 months shy of her 94th birthday. She was the daughter of the late Antonio and Angelina Cosmo Souza, the first American-born generation of immigrant parents from Portugal. She was predeceased by her beloved husband Joseph Raposa, with whom she shared a loving and caring marriage of 56 years together. Hilda was born, raised, and lived in New Bedford all her life. She was a graduate of St. Luke's Hospital School of Nursing, class of 1951. She had a tremendous love for her profession of nursing and worked in that field for 40 years. She lived her life fully in faith, love, and family with the utmost kindness for everyone around her. She was predeceased by her cherished daughter Anne Margaret Ranieri and her loving grandson John Michael Winterhalter, and leaves behind many friends and family. Hilda was a devoted parishioner of St. Mary's Church, now St. Gabriel the Archangel Parish, for 65 years, possessing a deep and abiding faith in God. She loved attending Mass and thoroughly enjoyed the music and singing part of it. She was a Eucharistic minister and felt very privileged to bring communion to the shut-ins in the area. Arrangements for her funeral are being made through the Saunders Dwyer Home for Funerals. The service will be on December 12th at 10 a.m. at St. Gabriel the Archangel Parish. And just as a reminder, today is Wednesday, December 11th. This is Adria reading to you from the New Bedford Standard Times. Elsewhere in the paper, there is an article with the headline, "Rochester Man Involved in Cape Cod Police Chase." This is written by Desiree Nickfarjum. A 35-year-old Rochester man faces charges following a police chase that ended in a 30-minute standoff in Eastham. Massachusetts State Police answered a call around 10 p.m. on Sunday from the Rochester Police Department for a man driving a Toyota Tundra in possession of multiple firearms. State Police tracked the man in his vehicle to Route 28 in Dennis and attempted to pull him over. Police chased the truck briefly, but officers ended it when the truck entered a congested area, according to a statement from the state police. The truck continued on Route 28 toward Harwich, and police deployed a helicopter to provide additional information from the sky about the man's specific movements. Orleans police punctured a tire of the Rochester man's vehicle with a tire deflation device. After continuing to drive at a low rate of speed for a short time, the man attempted to flee by foot near Eves Way and Great Pond Road in Eastham, said state police. Police chased the man for approximately 100 yards before a 30-minute standoff, which ended with the man being taken into custody. Police said they recovered a pistol and 2 shotguns. A statement on the Eastham Police Facebook page said the man got out of his car brandishing a firearm. Despite the danger posed by the man pointing a firearm at himself and police, troopers and officers de-escalated the situation by engaging him in conversation, according to the press release. The man was experiencing a known mental health crisis, according to the Eastham Police Facebook post. The man is facing charges of 3 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon, failure to stop for police, and negligent operation. There were no injuries or damages to property. However, the man was taken to a local hospital, according to state police. And the next article says, tax preparer pleads guilty to false refunds. A New Bedford woman pleaded guilty on December 3rd to stealing federal funds by filing false tax returns in order to obtain fraudulent tax refunds from the Internal Revenue Service. Valentina Martinez, 50, pleaded guilty to 5 counts of theft of government money, according to a press release. Senior U.S. District Judge Patty B. Saris scheduled sentencing for March 6, 2025. According to court documents, Martinez worked for a national tax preparation service. After preparing returns for clients and providing them copies of their returns, Martinez added fraudulent claims for business deductions to the client's returns without their knowledge and electronically filed the false returns in order to obtain fraudulent refunds. Martinez caused the tax refunds to be deposited onto debit cards that she used to make ATM withdrawals and to pay for a Florida vacation and other purchases. Martinez's scheme was discovered and her employment terminated when a taxpayer client complained to the preparation service about a missing refund. By then, Martinez had already filed at least 12 false returns and caused more than $45,000 in losses to the IRS. The prosecution of Martinez is part of a stolen identity refund project program operated by the IRS to identify tax preparers who use stolen identities to steal money from the United States Treasury by filing fake tax returns that claim tax refunds without the named taxpayer's knowledge. The charge of theft of government money carries a maximum potential sentence of 10 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, a fine of $250,000, and restitution to the IRS. Sentences are imposed by the federal district court judge based upon the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. United States Attorney Joshua S. Levy and Jonathan Lodica, acting special agent in charge of the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigation, Boston Field Office, made the announcement Monday. Assistant U.S. Attorney Victor A. Wild of the Securities, Financial, and Cyber Fraud Unit is prosecuting the case. And the next article has the headline, Old Time Holiday Village Brings a Dose of Nostalgia. This was written by Faith Harrington. Take a step back in time to simpler days and into the nostalgic holiday village nestled in the heart of Fairhaven. In its 26th year, Fairhaven's Old Time Holiday Village brings you timeless holiday traditions for all ages. Taking place from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, December 14th, enjoy the holiday spirit with a jam-packed day of food, fun, and music. The streets will be bustling with festive activities for kids, vendors galore, yummy cocktails, and sensational dessert trucks. Bring the scene to life with your best vintage-inspired clothing. Bring on the charming top hats, shawls, and bonnets. This year there will be a best-dressed contest, and the winner will get a prize. Highlights of the event from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. include taking a pony ride by Blazing Saddles, exciting reindeer games and activities by the Fairhaven Recreation Center, and petting adorable animals from the Fairhaven Animal Shelter. At Millicent Library, visitors can enjoy a variety of festive activities, such as browsing the book sale or listening to a lively fiddle session. Children can also create magical reindeer food and write a letter to Santa, ensuring that it will be mailed off by the elves. Get the perfect gifts, decor, homemade goods, and more at the vendor fairs happening at the First Congregational Church, the Unitarian Memorial Church, and the Town Hall. For a treat, roast your marshmallows at the fire pits and s'mores with the Fairhaven Village Militia. Try the holiday cocktails by Travelers on Tour. Order from Uncle Joey's Cannoli and Donut NV dessert trucks, or visit Santa's Sweet Shop. Lunchtime is a grand affair from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. with lobster rolls at First Congregational Church, hot dogs and soups at Fairhaven Town Hall, and soup and sandwiches at Unitarian Memorial Church's Harrop Center. You can take a walking tour with Michael Heavy at 3 p.m. to journey through Fairhaven's history with tales of an old seaport village. Get your singing voice ready for caroling at sunset with the Fairhaven Improvement Association at 4:30 p.m. at the Town Hall. And who can forget Santa? The man himself will make a grand entrance on the fire truck at 5 p.m. during the official tree lighting, ready to meet and greet all his fans. As the night winds down, warm up with some free hot chocolate and cookies at Town Hall. And there are a few national articles in the paper today all about the man charged in the CEO slaying after the hunt. The first article has the headline, Mangioni's motive detailed in writings found during arrest. A day after Luigi Mangione was arrested in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, new details about what police believe drove him to carry out the ambush began to emerge. An internal intelligence report from the New York Police Department said the alleged gunman saw himself as a martyr against corporate greed and the insurance industry, multiple news outlets reported, including the New York Times and CNN. He appeared to view the targeted killing of the company's highest-ranking representative as a symbolic takedown and a direct challenge to its alleged corruption and power games, asserting in his note he is the first to face it with such brutal honesty, the report said, according to multiple outlets. The report is said to detail parts of the 3 pages of writing police discovered when they searched Mangione after finding him at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, on Monday. New York Police Department Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenney said at a news conference the document expressed ill will toward corporate America. Mangione's arrest brought to a close an exhaustive search for the masked gunman who shot and killed Thompson, a 50-year-old father of 2, outside a Hilton hotel in Midtown Manhattan, where the executive was set to attend an investors' conference. Nino Mangione, a Republican member of the Maryland House of Delegates and cousin of Luigi Mangione, according to WBAL-TV, released a statement on X on behalf of the family after the arrest Monday night. Unfortunately, we cannot comment on news reports regarding Luigi Mangione. We only know what we have read in the media. Our family is shocked and devastated by Luigi's arrest. We offer our prayers to the family of Brian Thompson, and we ask people to pray for all involved, the family said. We are devastated by this news. The 26-year-old graduate of the Ivy League University of Pennsylvania was arrested and arraigned on charges of possession of an unlicensed firearm, forgery, and providing false identification to police. Later, prosecutors in Manhattan filed a murder charge against him, online records show. Mangione did not enter a plea when he appeared in court Monday evening. He did, however, reject several claims made by Pennsylvania prosecutors. Prosecutors said Mangione was found with several thousands of dollars in cash, a portion of it in foreign currency, CNN and the Associated Press reported. The suspected gunman disputed the amount and suggested it may have been planted, according to CNN and Fox News. Mangione also denied knowing about sophisticated criminal tactics, CNN reported, particularly the use of a Faraday bag which blocks electronic devices from electromagnetic signals. Many people made public statements in support of Thompson, his family, and the capture of his killer. In a news conference Monday night, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said, "In America, we do not kill people in cold blood to resolve policy differences or express a viewpoint." The shooting, however, also unleashed a wave of frustration online against the health insurance industry, with many pointing to high rates of claim and care denials as well as premiums and unexpected costs. And there's another article that has the headline, Who Gets Reward in CEO's Murder? It's complicated. This was written by Mary Wellrath Holdridge. Police announced Monday they had a suspect in custody for the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson after a robust campaign asking for the public's help. A campaign that included a combined $60,000 reward from the FBI and the New York Police Department. Hundreds of tips flooded in. The NYPD ultimately said one from a McDonald's restaurant employee in Altoona, Pennsylvania, allowed authorities to locate the suspect, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. With law enforcement agencies lauding the tip given by the McDonald's employee is crucial, the obvious question is, will that person get the $60,000? Turns out it's not that straightforward. At this point, no one is entitled to the award and likely won't be for a while. With both the NYPD and FBI, rewards are paid only after not just an arrest, but importantly, indictment or conviction, depending on the situation and agency. Until a trial can be held and a perpetrator is convicted in a court of law or at least indicted, no one will be eligible for the reward. Then there are additional steps. To be eligible for a reward through the FBI, a person must be nominated by a U.S. investigating agency such as the Department of Defense or the FBI, according to the FBI's website. An interagency committee reviews the nomination and its legal eligibility. If it is determined that the information provided merits a reward, the suggestion is passed on to the Secretary of State, who makes the final decision. In federal cases, the Attorney General must also agree. Being approved for a reward does not guarantee the receipt of a specific amount of funds. A payment to a source may be any amount up to the dollar amount of the FBI's advertised reward offer. Reward payment amounts are based on multiple factors, the FBI says, including the value of the information provided, the level of threat mitigated by the information received, the severity of danger or injury to U.S. persons or property presented by the threat, the risk faced by a source and their family, and the degree of a source's cooperation. The FBI generally does not announce that a reward has been paid. The agency does not share information received as part of the investigation, nor does it disclose identity information about individuals who receive payment, though it does submit a confidential report to Congress. The NYPD's $10,000 portion of the reward is executed through the Crime Stoppers, where tips can be anonymously called in. Tipsters receive a unique reference number. Because law enforcement agencies do not gather identifying information about tipsters, those hoping to receive a reward have to call back or go online to check the status of the investigation using their reference number, according to the NYPD and Crime Stoppers websites. If the reward related to a particular trip is approved, the caller will then be instructed on how to receive it. This concludes today's reading of the New Bedford Standard Times. Today is Wednesday, December 11th. This has been Adria reading to you. I hope you have a wonderful day.